Hello, everybody. It's Linda here, and today I'm with one of my students who wants to share her experience she had with my coaching program. Lindsay is a Perth-based full-time teacher, and throughout the last 3 months of working with her one-on-one, she was able to commit and sustain her healthier and active lifestyle while also gaining clarity on her long-term goals, adapting a more positive mindset, and then also losing body fat and really staying on top of things when it comes to nutrition. So let me introduce you, Lindsay. I'm so happy you're here today. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks, Linda.
Awesome. So for everyone watching, Lindsay just added another 3 months of coaching with us to really get the necessary support while she goes through her physical transformation, as most of our transformation in the first 3 months was really based on the mindset, as well as, getting nutrition right and really building up those healthy habits that she wanted to include in her lifestyle. And I will definitely keep you updated on her success story in 3 months from now. So hopefully we'll have another successful transformation interview then. So today I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions about your experience in this program, and I'm so curious to hear about them. And the first one would be, what do you think was the biggest problem that you had prior to joining my program?
I think the biggest thing for me was that I just was in a really inconsistent routine. And I think that was mainly because I was struggling with my mindset. I was just not in a good headspace. There was lots of self-sabotage going on. And I kind of couldn't get my momentum going. So I'd have a little bit of success, but then I would sort of feel like I was failing again. And it was just this kind of constant up and down. And I just didn't have that consistency to see any kind of success. And it was the first time that I guess I realized I probably need some help, because prior to that, I'd always been quite good at getting myself in those consistent routines. But for whatever reason, I just kind of was in this low point, and I couldn't get myself going with my healthy habits, really.
Okay. And do you remember what you told me you need help with specifically before, when we hopped on a phone call the first time? We talked a little bit about what you want to reach. So do you remember what you said is your number one struggle?
I think it was, I can't fully remember, but I think it was to do with commitment to my fitness. I just wasn't showing up for myself. I wanted to, but I just wasn't committed. And I think I wasn't eating as healthy as I had done prior. So I just was a bit, I wasn't doing my meal prep. I just wasn't feeling my body in the right way. And that all had a knock-on effect with obviously committing then to getting up early to do my workouts.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for sharing this. I also remember that weight loss was really one of the main things that you wanted to incorporate or get going.
Yeah. I think it's because at the time my body definitely had changed, and I think it's just I felt more sluggish. Definitely my waistline, I wasn't where it was, maybe 18 months prior to that, and I just felt like I was in this slump, and it was just like obviously what I was doing wasn't working, and that was frustrating me, and I think was why I was sort of in that negative headspace.
Awesome. Cool. So with all this information, I think we have a great overview of why you really wanted to change your life in this moment. And I was also really curious, maybe you can talk a little bit about the story, how we met, but also why did you choose to join my program specifically over any other programs? Because there are, so many out there.
Well, I mean, I was at a vegan expo when obviously I first met you, Linda, and saw you speaking on a panel. And obviously you looked amazing. And also the way in which you spoke about your health and nutrition was something I could really relate to. And I found that quite inspirational. And I guess that something just in that moment clicked in my head. And I thought, if there's somebody that I would love to help me, I was like, this person here seems like would be a really good fit, because obviously I'm vegan, and I didn't want to work really with anybody who didn't really understand vegan nutrition. And I think I just saw it as a good opportunity. And if I'm honest, prior to that, I'd never really looked into any programs. But I think when you sent through the initial flyer, and I read through that in terms of what your program looked like, in terms of the mindset sort of side of things, was something that was really encouraging for me, because I knew that was something I really needed to work on to be able to get long-term success. And then obviously when we had the initial call, I just felt like everything that you were sort of saying definitely fitted with my values and my goals. So I thought it would be a good fit, really.
Yes, I really love that, because this gives me also confidence in, having this initial free session with me on the call to really help understand what you need as well as what I offer, if that's really a match. So that's really important to me. Cool. So was there anything in particular about my program then that really helped you, and why was that so effective?
Lots of things did, but I think working, like I say, on that notion of, it was a small thing around that heaven or hell, and kind of that sort of switch in your mind around, well, what is it you actually want to achieve in your life? And I think all of the work I did on aligning my actions to match my values, all that kind of like the mindset, psychology kind of side of things, I think was really powerful for me, because it's what I kind of already kind of believed, but obviously my actions and the habits that I had weren't lining up with that. So it was kind of, I think the way in which you set the program up and the whole accountability side really pushed me to commit to actually putting in place better habits. So I think all the work on the habits was just really good for me to really get back into better routines. So yeah, that was, I think, probably my favorite bit. But I think obviously all the work we did on nutrition, learning about macros, was just really helping me to understand that I probably wasn't fueling myself in the right way, which I think is a little bit of a danger being vegan. I guess you do end up, I think, going a little bit carb heavy. So I think just being more mindful of what I was putting in my body definitely helped me, for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, I could really tell that you enjoyed the weekly check-ins specifically, because this is where we can really set little goals that are achievable and attainable, and then really get some action going, instead of just aiming for the long-term vision and feeling scared of really, fear of failure is really big when we look into the future and we see ourselves having this end result and we just can't believe that we get there. So breaking them down is really crucial, and that's what we do in this coaching program. And I think you've done really, really well. You showed up, you were committed, and I really love that about you. So now that you implemented all these learnings from our coaching program, what was the outcome so far after those 3 months?
I think I feel so much more different in terms of my mindset. Like I feel happier, I feel better, and I'm doing kind of the things that I wanted to do, 18 months ago, but I couldn't actually get myself to do. So now I am working out again 5-6 times a week. I'm meal prepping every single week, so I'm eating really well, which instantly makes me feel better. And I just feel like everything's come together. And I think now we did all that work on my sleep. I know that's still something that I've constantly got to work on, but I think protecting my sleep and realizing the importance of that linked to my health and actually the outcome that I want for my body has been really, really powerful, and something that I now know I need to just continue to protect that. So I think all of that's really helped me to just get back into those really good habits. So it's much more automatic and it's much more enjoyable and less of a, struggle to get out of bed. I'm actually motivated to get out of bed. I want to do my meal prep. So I'm just in a much, much stronger headspace, which is brilliant. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yes, and this is really the milestone we need to see and develop first before we build on top of this, which is what's going to happen in the next 3 months, where we really see this transformation happening, because it takes time to create and sustain those new habits. And I'm really confident that you showed up, and as I said, you were really committed. And we also ranked your overall well-being which was really great. I want to bring this up here because it was such a breakthrough also for me as a coach, where you rated yourself at a 3 out of, like, from a scale of 1 to 10, you rated yourself at a 3 when it comes to your overall well-being once you joined this program. And then I just asked you in the very last session, how are you feeling now? And you actually forgot that you rated yourself at a 3, and you said between 8 and 9. So if we see this in, you know, numbers, this is a 166% increase in how you feel. And this makes me really proud, and I'm really proud of you taking all these actions. So now that you feel so amazing, how has your life changed since achieving this outcome? And has it affected your relationships and career? Maybe this is really important as well for me, that is really spreading throughout your whole lifestyle. I mean, you already mentioned that you're waking up more, you know, with willpower and motivation and the stronger feeling, but does it affect you in your career as well as a full-time teacher? How do you feel?
I think it's made me realize that I need to value this part of my life, because I am a very passionate teacher. So I think I can let my job consume me. And I think through this program, I've realized that this is just as important. And actually, I need to protect the time that I need to, you know, be healthy and be happy outside of work, and not just let that consume me. So I think that's really helped me to focus on what I need to actually do in terms of just managing my workload, but also ensuring that I can do my workouts, I can still eat well, I can still go to bed at a reasonable time and protect that sleep. And it's made me really much more able to put the actions in place to make that happen. So I think that's been a huge kind of wake-up call in a way, and that, like, you know, you do only get one chance at life, and I can still be really good at my job, but I also need to make sure I don't neglect myself and my own needs if I want to see success. And just being healthier and happier, I think, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always wanted to let you know that you're not alone with this. Like, there are so many, you know, very busy professionals out there that are really kind of seeking the help, but don't really think they can make the time. And by really getting some coaching started and having this one day per week where you just hop on a call and just discuss whatever has to be discussed. It's like a meeting, just not work, but, you know, your own mental and physical health related, which then obviously makes you feel great as well because you're working on it. So I think that's very important as well. Awesome. Well, now I would love to know, where do you think you would be right now if you didn't take the action and joined the program 3 months past?
I probably would have just been in a similar headspace. I think I probably would have had some short-term success here and there, but I probably would have just then gone back to a little bit of self-sabotaging. I probably wouldn't be sleeping as well as I am now because my routine was so inconsistent and I was just running myself down. So yeah, I probably just would have still been frustrated with myself because I always know what I need to do, but I just wasn't doing it. So I probably would have been in a similar sort of headspace, and my habits probably would have still been inconsistent. So yeah, I don't think I would be feeling an 8 out of 10 for sure. So yeah.
Awesome. I really like that you say this about that, you know what you should be doing, but you couldn't make yourself do it, because I think that's really the problem, right? Nobody is that uneducated to not know what are the necessary things to do when it comes to either losing weight or losing body fat or getting in a positive mindset. It's all out there. It's all on Google. It's on YouTube. But now really working on it and implementing, this is where the magic happens. So I really like that you talked about that. So now, if there's anyone watching that is on the fence about, you know, booking a call to speak to me or my team about joining my coaching program, what would you say to them?
I would say that it's a really holistic program. So it isn't just about what you're physically going to look like at the end of the day. I think what I really have enjoyed is that you go much deeper than that in terms of looking at, again, your mindset, your values, your habits, and really it's a support program to enable like the client, if you like, to be able to sustain this long term. I think that was the most valuable thing for me, that it's not about short-term success. It's about enabling us to develop skills, habits, good routines that we can then continue to enable a healthy lifestyle that's a long-term success. I think it isn't about a quick fix. It really is about helping each individual client find out what it is that they need to work on to set them up to be successful inevitably enough for the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I think that for me, I think is what makes it different to just if you were going to go with a personal trainer in the gym or whatever. I think it's much more about kind of health and well-being, and like I say, the longevity, I would say.
Okay, so would you say you would recommend it to someone who is exactly looking for those core values and developing this long-term sustainable lifestyle?
Definitely. And I think the fact that I'm a busy full-time working person, I think it really helps you to really prioritize your goals and protect, like I say, valuable time for you. And actually it makes you realize you can do it. You just sometimes need that bit of a push and someone to hold you accountable to make sure that you commit to what it is you really want to do. And it is possible to do, definitely.
Awesome. So what you say that the time management is completely doable when it comes to, being a busy professional and still being able to working on your health and fitness. Was that something that was easy to you, or was it manageable? How much effort would you say to someone who's about to book a call, you had to put in to actually get results?
I think obviously you do have to be prepared to put the effort in, because I don't think it is easy when you're a full-time working person. I know myself, it's very easy to make excuses and to let other things get in the way. But I think what I found powerful through the program and working with you, Linda, is that you really kind of question that and be like, well, why is that more important than you? And really getting me to really value other things. And I think it is challenging, but I think through the regular, like the weekly calls and the accountability communication over each week, really, I think helps you to kind of get you started, especially in that early stage when you're starting to get new habits in place. But I wouldn't say it's so hard that, you would completely fail at it. I think it's just about, again, looking at what you value and then aligning your actions to match that, really. So it's definitely achievable.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for answering those questions. And I think I went through all the questions already, and you really came to the point, which I really love about you as well. There is so much authenticity behind, our talks as well. And with that, I guess I'll let you go for today. And I'm thanking you for this interview, and also for showing up for 3 months and committing to another 3 months, because that really shows that you are enjoying this process and want to expand yourself and personal growth. So I will end it now, and I will wish you all the best for your next 3 months. And I'm excited to work with you and update everyone else about your progress.
Cool. Thanks, Linda.
Awesome. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Thank you for watching this interview today with my student. I hope it could inspire you, and I hope you also learned something from my student's journey. If you feel like you can identify yourself with some of the struggles and needs that my student had, then I can assure you that I can help you too. And I would like to ask you a question. So obviously, you are now able to either go down this path yourself, but you could also ask someone for help. And I'm making this so obvious here right now because a lot of people are just stuck wherever they are because they are not able to ask for help or reach out to other people that have had success, just simply because it's uncomfortable. And I want to tell you something right now, that was me in the past. And, you know, things only started to really pick up, and I started to learn stuff in my life that I could have never thought possible, just because I dropped my ego for a moment and was honest with myself that I need help. If it was with fitness, investing money, setting up my business, there were so many things that I had to invest in myself, if it was time or money, to really progress and thrive as a person. I'm not here just because I got lucky. I'm here because I put in the work and I asked for help. So now it's your turn to book your free call with me or my team. And there will be a link around this video where you can book this call and apply for this session. This session is free of charge. So you have absolutely nothing to lose. And let me tell you something right now. If you feel like you need help and you're not able to take me up on the opportunity that I give you to hop on this call and get some advice for free, then you are simply not committed enough. And that's totally fine. Maybe you're not ready yet. If you met me today for the very first time, I want to simply invite you to join my Facebook group and check out our content and see if you can, relate to some things, identify yourself with some things, and so on. But there is no perfect time to make a change. And it doesn't really matter who's going to help you, as long as this person has achieved what you want to achieve. So if there is, if you can identify yourself with my success or some success of my students, then it's time now to take the action and change things for good. You cannot wait forever. We only have one life and you only have one health. And when it comes to fitness, mental health, and nutrition, I can help you out. That's for sure. So if you book this call right now with us, then what's going to happen is we are going to go through your survey, the little answers that you fill out before you book the call, and see if that sounds like something we can help you with. If yes, we are going to confirm your call again, and then you will be able to hop on this free strategy session with us. And then on this session, we will ask you a couple of things about yourself. Super easygoing, no pressure. It's just so we can get to know you better and we can really see if there's something that we can recommend to you and set you up for success. So we are basically just going to ask you, where are you at right now and where do you want to go? If we feel like we can fill this gap in between, then we will offer you a spot in our Lean Vegan coaching program. Finally, it's completely up to you if you want this. Because I'm telling you right now, I'd rather hear you saying, no, I don't feel like that's something for me, instead of enrolling you and then, not making you happy in terms of what we offer, or you not being committed enough to actually take the action, because it's not a magic pill, but it's going to give you the blueprint, and it's a proven system of, going from wherever you are right now to where you want to go when it comes to plant-based nutrition, building, routines that are efficient and lead to success and your goals, and working out, all of this when it comes to the science behind your body, habit creation, and so on. There is so much in there. I can't even dive into this. Please check out the product walkthrough if you get a chance and you are interested in knowing more. Otherwise, let me show you the amazing students that we had in this program and what they achieved, so you can get an idea of what other people were able to succeed with. Here we have Leslie. She decided to take the action when she saw my video, and in the first 8 weeks of our program, she lost so much visceral fat that she could see her abs, which she was never able to do. She was working out a lot before she joined our program. The problem was she wasn't working out the right way for her individual needs, as well as, her macronutrients were completely off. But one of the biggest things I believe was her personal success was she was able to stop smoking, which she did when she was really stressed. Anxiety was huge. She didn't have any confidence when she first joined. You couldn't tell directly, but once you got to know her better, she was not sure about her vision and mission in life, and she just felt terrible. She had days where she couldn't wake up in the morning, and or she didn't want to get up in the morning, and a really deep story. Anyway, I'm so proud of her, because overcoming, smoking and also experiencing this boost in confidence while changing the body and learning all the necessary things to really take necessary action to get healthier is huge. Anna, she booked a call after she watched one of my trainings, and she decided on this call to join the program, and she lost over 20 pounds in 10 weeks. And she's currently building her lean muscle mass while also making better food decisions and choices, because she had really bad acne once she joined us. She could fix her acne with a whole food plant-based diet. There was a little bit more to this. We did food sensitivity tests and all that. Not on my end, I'm the coach, but she went to a professional and checked, and I helped her to work it out. So now she's free from acne. There's still some scarring going on, which is completely normal, but the cells are luckily renewing, and she'll be free from this very soon. Another great win here is my student checked in with me. We have weekly check-ins where she told me that she is at 77.8 kilos, which was, her goal for this week. She started with us being over 80 kilograms. So she lost 2 kilograms. And then the next picture you can see she's at 75.7, which is, another amazing goal. And she actually achieved this earlier than we set it up for. So that's really great. And she's also saying that she is a lot more mindful when it comes to snacking, as well as spending her money on takeaway food, which was the main reason why she was gaining so much weight. And now she can also save a lot of money. How great is that? We have Gavin. Gavin was working with Nick, the other coach in our program, and he actually had never ever worked out a day in his life. He met Nick in person, and they decided to work together. And he had a lot of back issues because he was, working in a job where he has to sit all day long, and he was also struggling with self-doubt after a very tragic breakup. Fast forward 4 weeks, this was his incredible transformation in only 4 weeks, and he also got rid of all the back pain. He was losing lots of body fat and felt a lot more confident. Lindsey, one of my favorite students, I shouldn't say that everyone is my favorite student, but she was so committed, and I cannot tell you how committed she was. She is she's really great. She sends me a lot of the messages when she checks in with me about her mindset, because that's one of the biggest things we had to work on as well. She was very frustrated with her body, whereas other people couldn't see why she would be frustrated, because everyone said your body looks amazing. She, however, was not happy. And I tell you what, if you feel like that's you, if you feel like you're not happy with your current body image, and whoever or wherever you go to and talk to, they cannot really feel and see your frustration. This is completely normal. First of all, congratulations on having high standards for yourself. Don't, ever question it or call it ridiculous. You are supposed to feel good in your own body, and if you don't, then there is something that needs to change. However, I can tell you also that yes, there has to be, physical changes in order for you to be satisfied, but also a huge mindset change, because simply for the fact that if I help you to get all the physical changes that you want, it might not be ever enough for you. This is something that a lot of women struggle with, that they don't feel fulfilled whatever they have, because it's always a thriving thing, and they want to get to the next level over and over again, which is completely fine. But we also need to really learn to appreciate what we have in this current moment and work with this, knowing that we can improve. She says she is loving this coaching program. She's feeling really good to sustain her habits, which I can absolutely approve. Every single week we checked in and she was able to do all her new habits and routines and everything. She was really great. And she was also saying that a pair of trousers fits better today. I have journaled every night so far and I've maintained my positive attitude, which is really crazy because we increased her calories, which she felt really uncomfortable with in the start. But knowing that she was able to fit her clothes better, eating more, this made everything a bit more interesting. So I really love her transformation and feedback. We were also working with students on their sleep routine. Here you can see that between just 1 week, we were able to increase sleep from 5 hours to 7 hours. And that is really, really good. She ended up sleeping 7.5 to almost 8 hours in the end, which is something we are thriving for when it comes to building lean muscle mass and feeling healthy and energetic, because sleep is super important and our performance really depends on it. Riley. Wow. I mean, I should not really have to comment on this, but after 6 months of working with us, he was using all our provided, meal plans, workout plans, in our membership area that you will get access to if you decide to join Lean Vegan as well. And he completely destroyed this limiting belief of, I don't know if I can ever be shredded and build muscle on a plant-based diet. He was able to put on 5 kilograms of muscle mass, so he was actually gaining weight while looking completely shredded. I mean, look at him. Just simply amazing. Other things that we are working on is redesigning your environment. Look at your fridge right now. Look at your pantry right now. Look at how many fruits and veggies you actually have at home. That's something you can do today. You don't need my help with for this, but this is something we do in our coaching program, so you can set yourself up for success long term, because this is what's available to you and this is what we're going to. Another crazy transformation here. After suffering from anxiety and depression his entire adult life, transitioning to veganism changed Anne's life forever. Not only was he able to lose over 13 kilograms in 3 months, but he also is now more confident than ever. He never ever had the courage to step into, a boxing club and sign up for it and do the work. He thought he's too old, not in shape, limiting beliefs all over the place. And now he's actually preparing for his first boxing match at the age of 53. So this year in October, he will step into the ring, and I'm so excited for him. If these stories are not inspiring, I don't know, but those people transformed their life in just as little as 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. Lean Vegan is a program designed for 12 weeks. If you go through this, you will completely change your life. And I promise you, so many things that you would have never thought possible will be coming into your life just by simply dropping your ego and asking for the help. And I had to do this too, as I mentioned. I had to invest time and money in myself so I can finally grow as a person. Things are not randomly coming up into our life. We can meditate and manifest all we want. It will definitely strengthen our mindset, but it will not automatically give us the results, especially when it comes to fitness and changing your appearance. If you would like to hop on this call with us, then please click the link down below and apply for this free session. We will let you know as soon as possible if your application gets approved, and then we will be helping you out as much as we can and give you some suggestions. So you have nothing to lose and we have tons of value to give. I promise you that. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you have an amazing day. Fill out the application right now, and I'll see you on this call. Okay? Thanks for watching. My name is Linda, and I'm the founder of The Journey, and I will see you and talk to you very soon. Bye.